thought about retiring at 45, but now it's more like, no, I just want to be financially independent so I can continue to do what I love to do, what I'm passionate for. And that's really the idea of the FIRE movement, so that you're not stuck at the 9 to 5 workplace doing the job that you don't even like, and you're just going to work every day until you're 60, 67, right? And then you collect your social security pension and you're done. FIRE movement is above that. So we don't even consider social security pension, right? That is a nice to have because we are going above and beyond with investing. So when I said that I was really disciplined and I gave up a lot of things during my debt-free journey, I still gave up a few things so that I could continue to pursue my FIRE movement, my FIRE journey. So when I started investing, saving money, I was putting away 25, 30, 45% of my income towards saving. I did that in my first year and I said, that was good, but I didn't have any fun. So I stopped doing that. That was in 2018. I said, you know what? I need to set some cash aside to have fun because I need to have that balance between life and saving money with the FIRE. So the whole idea was to continue aggressively investing, but at the same time, have a little life for yourself. You're no longer in debt so that you have the possibility to retire earlier if you want to. Because most people, I can feel it, going into my 40s, I'm not going to be as active as I was in my 20s or 30s. And I want to have the possibility of maybe just call it quits or take a break from my work and just travel the world. That's really the biggest idea.
You're talking about investments, about putting money away, and where, without getting personal, where do you suggest people put money away to get the maximum return so it can grow exponentially? So by the time, look, if like you're in your 40s, I'm actually in my 50s. So, if I want to retire in 10, 15 years by the age of 70, you know what? I have a couple, I have 10, 20 years left. I want to travel the world. I want to
Mhm.
see things that I've never seen before. I have a bucket list just like everybody else. I want to
Yeah.
enjoy those things. Where are you telling people to put their money?
So I have like a checklist, right? So coming from the military background, we all use checklists and it's easier for us to understand and follow. What we always prioritize is the getting that 401k match and then do the Roth IRA and then do everything else. Always prioritize your long-term investments first because if you fail FIRE, let's say you can't retire early, you didn't get to invest as much to retire early, you still have your 401k and Roth IRA. By the time you're 55, you can start collecting your 401k. And then by the time you're 59 and a half, you can still have that money in the Roth IRA. So what I always suggest, and there's a checklist on my website, is that step one, figure out what your annual expenses are right now. And then you can multiply that by with the inflation. And there's a calculator on my website for that too. And then the next step is to get that 401k, but only up to the employer match. That's free money that you're going to get. So you should never leave that out. If your employer gives you a 4% contribution, if you contribute 8%, then that 8% should be the minimum that you do. Then the next step is to have that cash cushion, right? So I teach that and say, you don't want to invest everything you have. You don't want to own everything in cash either, right? You want to have a balance in your net worth. So calculate your net worth and find out where you are, and then build that cushion between you, the cash, and then to investments. So kind of like you don't want to lay on the floor without a mattress. You get a mattress, that mattress is your cash. So you have that cushion between the floor and where you are with investing. Then the next step would be to max out your Roth IRA, your health savings account. That's another great tool to for the early retirement strategy. Is that people are thinking, oh, health savings account, that's just for health, right? No, it's not. You can actually take money out of health savings account early. So if I spend $200 this year on copay, I can reimburse myself 20 years from now from the $200 that I spent in 2024. There's no expiration on it because there's a loophole in the HSA that you can reimburse yourself in the future. And then go after you're done with the 401k, Roth IRA, HSA, that is your long-term retirement plan. Then you move on to start planning for the intermediate or short-term retirement plan. So if you're like 10 years from I want to retire by age 50 and I'm 40 right now, then you start investing in that 10-year time horizon. If you're within 15 years, then you start investing in that 15-year time horizon. How do people do it? I mean, just opening up a taxable brokerage account, right? So you can go to any brokers that has a taxable brokerage account, and then I don't do anything fancy. Index funds, ETFs. I don't do fancy individual stocks. I do a few here and there, but it's not why I'm growing my investments. That's not how my investments are growing. It's mostly from index funds, just really, really boring investments. Once you figure that out, the time horizon and how much money you need to invest every single month to get to that fire number is what we call it, fire number, right? The rule of 25. And you have your annual expenses multiplied by 25. That's how much money you need invested to achieve financial independence.
And I would assume inflation plays a little bit of part of that rule of 25 and interest rates going up and stuff like that. I want to ask you, is there a percentage on how much cash someone should have to use, as opposed to, okay, you know what, to use, very round numbers, I make $100,000 or I make $50,000, how much cash do I need, or is that all according to budget?